So in the last lesson, we took a look at two strategies for graphing linear equations. One was slope-intercept form, and that was when you got a line, you just have an equation and you get y by itself, and you have y equals mx plus b. We also learned about if you have, we had standard form, ax plus by equals c. And for either one, the other strategy we learned was finding the intercepts. So when x equals 0, what does y equal? When y equals 0, what does x equal? That'll work for any form that you're in. We're going to learn one more form here. So slope-intercept, standard, and today we're going to learn about point-slope form. And it's just like it sounds. You have a point on the line, and you have the slope on the line. So here, let's say our point is x1, y1. What this form does is it subtracts the y value and it subtracts the x value. So to graph this is very easy. You just have to identify what's being subtracted from y and what's being subtracted from x. You'll notice this has some similarities to the slope formula. Remember, the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, here's the y1 and the x1 here and here, and then you've got y and x here. It's just we know what this point is, okay, and then we take this difference in x and multiply it by m. So it's kind of like we're solving this equation for y, sort of. We're solving for the change in y. So taking a look down here, a couple things I want to point out. Right here, let me change colors on that. This is the slope. So your slope for this line is negative 2/3. Okay, and the point, now this is a little bit more difficult because remember, the only thing you have to remember is what's here is what's being subtracted. So what we are subtracting here, this isn't -5, what we're subtracting is 5. So the y value is 5, and the x value, what's being subtracted here, is 3. So 3, 5 is a point on my line. Notice it's not the y-intercept, but all I need is a point and a slope. Because I can come over here and graph 3, 5. And then if I go down 2 over 3, which should be about right there, there's my line. So if I have the point and I have a slope, I can connect the dots and draw the line. Of course, you'll draw it a lot more neatly than I do. It's kind of hard to do this on an iPad. All right. On this one, my slope is 4, so I'm going to write m equals 4. And then for my point, I've got x plus 1, but it's supposed to be x minus. So think about what you would subtract to get, what would I subtract from x to get plus 1? Well, I'd have to do x minus a negative 1, right? Because subtracting a negative is adding a positive. So negative 1 is my x value. My y value, I'm subtracting 4, so my point is negative 1, 4. So I'll go negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Up 4 over 1, well, then didn't really pick a good coordinate grid for this, but be up here somewhere. There you go. You get the idea. You put the point, and then you use your slope to get your second point. So on here, just writing equations becomes very easy with point-slope form because all you need, you have a point, you have the slope. Remember the formula, you do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Well, y minus y1 on this is 1, so y minus 1 equals, my slope is negative 2, x minus x1 would be x minus 4. There's the equation in point-slope form. Simple as that. Here my slope is 7. X1 is negative 1. Y1 is 3. So I've got y minus 3 equals 7, that's the slope, times x minus negative 1. Well, subtracting a negative is adding a positive, so let's just clean that up a little bit. And we'll write y minus 3 equals 7 times x plus 1. And that's it. And from here, we could graph these lines very easily. All you need is a point and a slope, and then you connect the dots. That's it. Really short video. Should be a pretty easy assignment. Let me know if you have any questions.